Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Three Crones and the Woo Woo. I am one of your three crones, Gayle Nicholson with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, we have Miss Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. And as always, supporting us from below, we have Miss Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. Hi, how are you, ladies? I'm having such a hard time seeing my screen, but I know you're there. How was your week?
Yes. Great. It's been great for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been awesome for me and stuff. And we have people coming on. I know Gayle can't see at the moment. So I'm going to say hello to everybody because I can see who's coming on. So hi, everyone.
Oh my goodness. We got Meg Dobson here too. Oh my gosh. Hi, Meg.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
we have
gosh,
a Facebook
Tina.
user.
Facebook user, please identify yourself.
That's right.
Awesome. Tanya Pesci, Tracy Paquin. Oh my gosh. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. And thanks, Krista, for pointing that out, because I would have gone like 10 minutes in not seeing those little.
Well, I need to say something. Tanya, when the go button went and then we were and I was dancing. We weren't dancing. I was dancing. Okay. Yes, I danced. Tanya was already in the house.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
I was like, woohoo, this is awesome.
Woo-hoo.
So yeah, this is great. So
You're too funny.
I'm not getting video from you, Meg. I'm just getting comments. That's all.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
Awesome stuff.
We see names.
Yes.
That's all we see.
Oh my gosh. Everyone. Oh my gosh. You're doing so freaking amazing. How was your week, everybody? Put it in the comments. Hey, Allison. Thanks for joining us. Put in the comments. How was your week? Was it fabulous? Was it over the top? Was it, God, I hope it wasn't anything
Yeah, yeah, we had a really awesome week. So I have to tell you something we did on the weekend because it blew me away. All right, so we're in the process of preparing to retire from the military, and one of the things that we want to do is travel. Now there's a surprise, right? And travel
As if
I know you
enough
all
of Europe
are shocked and amazed. Yeah, right. Y'all are shocked on that one. So we went to an RV show just across the border in Dusseldorf, Germany, with our neighbors and friends. And OMG. Now, Kevin and I have been to RV shows around the world, several different locations. This one is off the hook. I am not kidding you when I say massive, huge. OMG. Like they have everything from tents to RVs to mammoths to overlanders that I have no clue who needs an overlander the size of a building. Wow. Seriously. I'm like, it was crazy. It was crazy, but awesome. It was so awesome. We're going back again on Friday because we barely saw it.
See, and now the decisions are more difficult because there's so many amazing new kind of RV type vehicles since the pandemic. Since everybody's like, yeah, I can't afford the overhead of my McMansion anymore. Let's go travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. It was really cool.
Which was your favorite? I'm sorry, this is driving me nuts here. Which one was your favorite?
RV. So when looking here in Europe, we are looking for their version of it's probably a Class C, which is what we have. It's a drivable one. we had thought at first we would want a bee, which is like that van. I mean, they're really cute and they're really great, but when you're looking at driving and living out of it for months on end, like 6 months, a year, we're like, you know what? There's just not, I mean, I like my husband. I don't like him that much, kind of thing. I don't like anybody that much to be that close. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does.
Yeah, you need space after a while.
Okay, I have to put this up. Someone says, and I need to know who this is. Someone said that Kevin needs an overlander. Okay, who are you, Facebook user? No, he doesn't. He can create one with his hold on, there we go. He can create one with his defender he has, and which he's kind of doing at the moment, is creating one. So yeah.
Tell me, explain this to me. What is an overlander?
An overlander is an all-terrain vehicle that has, so have you ever seen, it has mammoth tires.
Okay.
It is built on a military grade truck chassis.
Okay.
And it has, I still don't know who that is. Oh, it's my sister-in-law. That's the Facebook user.
Oh, okay.
Who said that,
Karen
Kevin?
Ducharme, Bruckno?
Yeah, it's Karen Ducharme. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, in any case, so it's this mammoth thing. I'll put a picture. It's a better description.
Yeah.
But his Defender, which is a Land Rover that he bought here, it's a European, Belgian, used to be an army vehicle for the Belgian army. He's creating it so that you can pack and go camping like out in the back and beyond. You can be off grid and be self-sustaining. An overlander vehicle is all about being self-sustaining.
Yes.
So
okay.
I don't need an overlander in my life.
You know, honestly, you do though. You need a type C or a class C.
Yeah.
And an overlander, so you can tuck Kevin in the overlander when you're kind of tired.
And I just drive off in the seat.
And you just drive off and drag him along.
Oh, come on, honey. You just follow me. You just follow me.
So funny.
I like
think
your
he would
thinking,
like that
Gayle.
too much. I think he would have way too much fun with that.
I don't know. He's not listening, so who knows?
Who knows? So, hi, Pilar. Thanks for joining us as well. Oh my gosh, for those of you who have not heard this yet, and I'm so happy to see some new faces here, like Karen Ducharme Bruckno and Meg Dobson. And thanks so much for joining us. Please like, comment, and share this broadcast right now with your friends, so that we can put you into the weekly drawing that we have to get a reading from one of us, okay?
Yes.
And if you're watching this on replay, hit #replay. Do the same thing, because we don't pull the name until 2 days before the next show. So you can get in on it too if you're watching on a replay. Just comment, and share this out to your friends, this broadcast.
Yeah.
Damaris.
And if you do, see, we know when you like and we know when you comment. As we watch right now, we see that.
We're
but
like
if you
Santa.
share it, hit #share, so we know that you've shared it in the comments, because we don't see it until after the broadcast who is shared.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
What were you saying,
mother.
Gayle?
That
Oh, hello, mother. That's one of my children. Which one?
my
I
gosh.
do not know.
Tanya's gonna win. Tanya's got readings banked. Okay,
She
you guys
really
gotta
does.
give Tanya a run for her money here.
She does. She has banked. I'm waiting for her to
Our
start
shares
collecting.
are so lovely, you know.
Oh,
Yes.
they are. They're
Yeah, they're
amazing.
Sharing. Oh, big time. Tanya she just blows my mind every week
Yeah,
that
me
she
too.
does that.
Me
It's
too.
She
amazing.
does. Yes.
Thank you so much, Tanya.
Yes.
Yeah. Mwah.
Awesome.
Oh,
So,
love you too.
Damaris,
Yes.
how was this past week for you? Because I know we're getting about the same weather, and it has been like in the 90s,
Yeah.
humid, threatening thunderstorms, and then given 5 drops.
Yep.
How's it down there in New York?
It's been hot. You know, the other day my friend posted a picture. It was pouring rain in front of her house. In the backyard, it wasn't raining. It was just weird. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I did. We used to get that a lot in Michigan, like the edge of a cloud, and one side of the street it'd be pouring, and on the other side of
Yeah.
the street it wouldn't.
So
It
weird.
wouldn't. We have a live audience today, by the way. There's a little
Ooh.
4-year-old boy that's fascinated and has to show me his car right now.
That's nice.
And I think it's adorable, but Daddy's going, come on, she's working, get over here.
It's great.
I
We
know.
love that.
Yep. Would you like to see our live audience today, everyone?
Yes, let's see.
Let's see.
Okay, let's do it.
So
So,
beautiful.
Kind of a small, and sorry, you're going to get a double while I'm doing this because I don't have that on mute. Here we go. Fun. There we go. That's better. All right. So you can see some unidentifiable people on the
Yeah.
lake edge. This is Adams Reservoir, I do believe, is the name of it. We are in Woodford Campground. This is the same campground where some of you may have seen my post that the black bear came and visited me and my dog this past week. And my big bad Akita just kind of woof, woof. Got the bear to move along. And this is a glacial lake, and we are in the Green Mountain National Forest. And for those who have been following along from home and have known our troubles with being able to get a signal where I'm staying right now, I've determined with Verizon that the house that I'm staying in is in a hollow. It's in like a valley.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't get any signal there, right? And AT&T and Verizon just put in new towers at Woodford. So I have to drive up the road 10 minutes to the National Forest to get a cell phone signal.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my
Is that weird to anybody
Yeah.
else that I've got to go to the forest to get a cell phone signal?
No, I
And
can
then
I can appreciate that comment, actually. Yes, I can. I can.
And then I read an article this week that T-Mobile and Elon Musk are partnering up so that there will be no more dead zones.
That's good.
Like in Wi-Fi coverage, right? They're going to work together with T-Mobile and Starlink so that all of the places that we would normally have a dead zone because it's in a holler, right? It's in a hollow. You'll get satellite signal instead. And I am loving the idea, but if there's anybody out there from Verizon who's listening, please don't make me go to T-Mobile for this. Please.
Oh. Yeah.
Please. I don't even like pink. Okay. No T-Mobile. Please. Verizon.
We left Verizon actually
I
because
have Verizon.
see, we left it right as we were leaving because it just got to be so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so now my entire family, everybody has switched over to T-Mobile. And because our global coverage is so much better than what we got with Verizon. So yeah, I get it. I understand.
I've been with Verizon since before T-Mobile's coverage is as you describe it now. They've done some huge improvements and stuff, but especially down in Arizona, T-Mobile was not the one to go with, and neither was AT&T.
Yeah. I've been with them for 18 years. They actually sent me a congratulations, but I'm like, what am I going to do with that?
Right? Send me 25 bucks off on my bill. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. So we switched over to T-Mobile like in 2004 or 5, something like that. We're with them up until 2020.
Okay.
It was, and loved them. They were great. And then their service just went, it imploded on itself. It was just crazy. So yeah.
And Sprint had the same type of issue in that it got to a certain point with really, really good service. And then the corporate suits took it over and went, oh, well, we can cut here and we can cut there to, make things work better for our stockholders. And, it just went down the drain. Same thing with Spirit Airlines, for that matter. Spirit Airlines was amazing customer service until they grew big enough that they got the attention of other corporate entities that wanted them. Yep. Yeah. I've got Verizon for internet and TV, my Wi-Fi. I got the Wi-Fi cube I added onto my package. But yeah, if there's no cell phone service, I am SOL. So Verizon, don't leave me hanging, please.
All right. Hopefully not, because the winter's coming, and then how you gonna be out in the cold?
Exactly.
For an hour.
Exactly. I might have to get like a booster and run it up the flagpole in the backyard or something. or just scale the hill on the other side, because on the other side of the creek behind the house is this steep hill that you go up, and you can get a signal up there. So I might have to go mountain climbing in the winter.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
It is. Yes. But we'll make it work. We've made everything work so far. We've only had to postpone once twice. Because of signal, but twice. Once was illness. So that don't count. All right, Miss Damaris.
I'm ready.
I have a surprise for you.
Do you? I love it.
You like it?
I love the music,
Awesome.
Thank you so much. All right. Welcome. So, as you guys know, there's a lot going on. But I'm going to speak about two signs, Taurus and Scorpio, and the North Lunar Node. So, I'll explain.
Okay.
Good.
Yes. So, Uranus is in Taurus, and it went into retrograde on the 24th of August. And so it activates the lunar nodes. And so what happens is that Taurus and Scorpio are opposites. They're like, polar opposites. So whatever's happening in Taurus, Scorpio is going to get almost like the brunt of it, if you will, because they're opposites. Mm-hmm. So Taurus is all about like love and beauty and possessions. Scorpio is all about possessions as well in a different level. It's about other people's, possessions. So Taurus says I have, Scorpio says I desire. So the nodes are all about the present life and the past life. So right now, the nodes are in Taurus, which is the present life. We have to look at our values. Like, what do we want? What don't want? What do we have to get rid of? Declutter. We have to also get rid of like patterns, behaviors, attitudes that don't serve us. And so, things from the past, because that's Scorpio. We're dragging things from the past, and these could be generational patterns, behaviors, attitudes, things that are not serving us anymore. So we're in this sort of like, okay, we have to get rid of this in order to bring more of our desires in, right? Mm-hmm. So things that we hold on to, possessions, people, again, behaviors, attitudes. I have some of those that I have to work on myself. They're not serving me. Some of those behaviors and attitudes, And so getting rid of them so that I could attract different, right? And we all have that. Yeah. And so that's that tug of war happening with Taurus and Scorpio. Is, again, getting rid of what we no longer need, that we have been carrying on from a past life, perhaps, those attitudes and behaviors. And generational stuff, things that we bring on from our, parents, our ancestors. Some of it is great. Some of it is not. Like perhaps, people that have addictions, let's say, and that's like hereditary as well. My father used to be an alcoholic. His health declined and he had to stop drinking. But had that not been the issue, he would have been still drinking. You know what I mean? So those addictive personalities kind of things.
Well, like that, and also money attitudes.
Yes.
I mean, my mother hated rich people. And for a long time, I dealt with, if I make a lot of money, my mother's not going to love me anymore.
Yes.
So Yeah, and we just like absorb those things and don't even realize it.
100%. Also, like the poverty mindset, right? That most of us grew up in.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we handing things down to the sisters or the brothers to the other brothers. It's like that's a poverty mindset. And sometimes we still haven't really gotten rid of it. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Well,
like we
it's our
still,
grandparents' generation survived the depression.
yes,
So, that was very, very intense poverty mindset. And then our parents grew up with the residual of that. And,
yes,
they're just
yes, it
unthought
on.
about habits that passed down to us,
Yes.
unless they broke the hold of them. And not very many people, like
No.
in our parents' generation, were pattern breakers.
Yes, 100%. But planetarily, we're going through the same kind of thing. We're like on a verge of a depression, if you will, with the inflation, with everything that's going on, with the scarcity of material, supplies, stuff like that. So it's almost like we're reliving some of our past lives right now. And what are we going to do about it? Are we going to stay in that vicious cycle? Are we going to break free of it? Are we going to liberate ourselves? It is hard to liberate ourselves of something that's so ingrained, right? So embedded in
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And so, like even us, right? We're doing the 3
Mm-hmm.
Crones and we want to push it to the next level. But
Mhm.
somehow the 3 of us must have some limiting beliefs that we haven't pushed it to that level, right? And
Yep.
so we got to like break free of it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're going through right now. And
Yes.
so that's that struggle between Scorpio and Taurus, or Taurus and Scorpio. Scorpio has to do with the past life, the nodes,
Mm-hmm.
and Taurus has to do with this life. And
Yeah.
Taurus is all about possessions and things, but we have to sort of like reevaluate what's of value and what isn't, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
It's not to fill ourselves with
Yeah.
things. It's
Right.
just to say, okay, what's really valuable and what's not. And that's also personally, right? What
Yeah.
values do we have, and what values that we need to sort of redefine, and
Yeah.
what things do we need to get rid of?
Right. And I want to piggyback on that with the things that we have aren't necessarily always material possessions.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a healthy sense of self-esteem. I have a positive outlook on life. I have friends that support me when I have those moments that everybody has where you're not feeling so hot about life
Yeah.
or yourself.
Yep.
These are things to also consider when we're
Yeah.
thinking about that Taurus I have.
Yes. Well, it's
Yes.
like I said, it's patterns, behaviors,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just
I
like you
have
said.
codependency. That's what I want to let
Yes.
go of.
Yes. Yes.
It's not
But we're
serving
also
me any
living in a
longer.
world we're living in a world where everybody wants to have what the other person has. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing too. So it is also about possession, but 100% what you're saying, it's also about everything you just said.
Yeah.
Well, and some of it could also be you want that experience someone else is having, whether it looks like it's a glamorous experience, or whether it looks like it's a loving experience, or whether it looks like it's a really supportive experience. I mean, that is another one of those emotions that people find that they get stuck in a cycle with, because
Yeah.
they
Well,
have a hard
and there's
time.
that what is it in the 10 commandments? Coveting. You know, we get, it's one thing to admire what someone else has and say, "Oh, wonderful that you have that. Now I see I can have that too." But when we get into coveting, it's just a trap to get stuck, like you were just saying, Krista.
Mhm.
Right?
Yep.
It's you've got that and I don't have that, and
Yes.
I want that, and I don't want you to have it. I want me to have it.
Yes.
And that's just a downward spiral. It's
Yeah.
sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, we really have to just see what are our real values, because let's say you have an RV, and just because you have an RV doesn't mean I have to have an RV. You know what I mean? Although
Yeah.
I would like to ride in one,
Okay. Well, you know what? You're more than welcome to ride in mine. Okay. You have an
I
invitation.
manifest that ride without having to actually buy one.
And it's true. And it isn't a lifestyle for everybody. And I totally get that. Yeah, yeah. I get it.
I just use that as an example because we were talking about that before.
Oh no, and it's a perfect example. Yeah. Seriously, it's kind of like I've been to some amazing houses and castles, and these majestic type buildings, and it's like, yeah, I really like it. It's great. Yeah, I don't need to have it. I don't need a light. I don't need to live in it because you know why? I don't want to clean it.
Yes, I love that.
I'm not sure who this is, but this is a really good question. Damaris, I'm going to ask you to answer this.
I know who it is. It's Karen.
Oh, it's Karen? Okay.
So if it's something material, I'll answer that quickly. If it's something material, like we haven't used it in 6 months, it's stored away somewhere, you don't need it. You really should donate it. You really should have a yard sale. You really should sell it, get rid of it, give it away. If it's something we haven't used in 6 months or more, we don't need it.
Yeah, and if it belongs to somebody else, because this is her sister-in-law's house she's cleaning out, just don't think of it that you're putting it into the universe. You're giving it to the universe to go to somebody who's going to need it more. Exactly. It's for me. I had to let go of things in the past where people have given it. I mean, we all have it. Somebody gives
I like
it
that word recycle, because
you're recycling it. You aren't, it's different than the mindset of you're giving it away or you're throwing it away. Now there are some things, frankly, you just got to toss out. Or
if it's broken, make sure clean, dirty, you throw it out. You don't want to give it to someone like that, right?
But it's okay to let it go.
Yeah. I want to add to that as well. If these are sentimental type items, it's so easy these days to take a picture, do a photo album, whether it's digital or in person, or put all the photos on a little disc, so that you can, file through them someday and go, oh, remember that. You don't have to have the physical object.
Yes.
Right. Even if it's sentimental.
Yes.
That really helps in downsizing for me.
Of the Taurus Scorpio, before I move to the number. So Taurus, like I was saying before, it's all about comfort, it's about beauty, it's about love. But Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, and that was Venus, by the way, the ruler of Taurus, wants you to sort of like, again, it's almost like a death and a rebirth and a transformation. It wants you to recycle, get rid of what no longer serves, be reborn again, so to speak, meaning reinvent yourself. That's the right word. Reinvent yourself. I like simple is better, simplify our lives. If we have to sort of like pack our stuff and go, like, what are you going to put, and if we have like an emergency situation and you have to evacuate, what are you going to put in that bag, right?
Yeah.
So it's things that are useful and needed, not necessarily things that you want to bring with you, because it's more carrying you down, like weighing you down.
True. So it's very true.
Right.
Yeah.
So the number 8, I love the number 8. It's the infinity sign. The number 8 is the vibration that comes after the number 7. The number 7 is all about retrospection. It's all about soul searching. By the time you reach the 8 vibration, at that point, you should know who you are, because you have spent that long time in that vibration of the 7, finding who you are on a soul level. Once you reach the vibration of the 8, it's about working hard to reach your goals, to reach your potential, your life purpose, your mission. You have to have strength with the number 8. You have to have leadership abilities with the number 8. There is a certain power that comes with that number. It has executive abilities. It has the ability to delegate. It has the ability to take care of problems and find solutions really quick. It's not about like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? It's like, okay, let's do this. And finding the problems, finding the solutions to the problems. So that number 8 vibration is a very successful number. It's an executive number. Like I said, it's power, it's leadership. When I think of the number 8, I think of the Buddhist, I love the Buddhist psychology. I studied like all the major religions, and the Buddhist psychology was one of my favorite. And they have the 8-fold path to liberation. Okay. And what we're talking about what I was talking about, the Scorpio energy of getting rid of stuff to be liberated, that so we're not weighted down. I think of that. So how do we find liberation? Through the eightfold path. So the first one is you have to have right contemplation. You have to right mindfulness,
What?
right effort, right livelihood, right conduct, right speech, right aspirations, and right views. When we have those right things, we find liberation. And so that's what I thought about when I saw that number 8. I thought about those, philosophies of the Buddhist psychology. And I think that, those are the things we have to have. We have to contemplate in the right way. That's also about getting rid of whatever we need to get rid of, keeping whatever we need to keep. We need to have the right mindfulness, the right effort, putting in the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not going to just come. The right livelihood. What does that really mean, right livelihood? I mean, that for me, and I don't know what everybody else thinks, it's just not being a hoarder, not being
Mm-hmm.
like greedy. You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
Yeah, and for me, the livelihood, the right livelihood, it's just doing, your best at what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Just being present. I think that that's what happens, when you're in anxiety. We have so many people. I'm in anxiety, or I'm having an anxiety attack, and that's trying to predict what's going to happen in the future. And depression is reliving in the past. And it's like, to have that right livelihood, or that right anything that the word right has many.
We don't know what's right for everybody. But,
And it has many connotations
Yes.
to it. So don't think it's an absolute.
Yes. Yes.
It's that right livelihood. It's about being present. It's about being in where you are, being in the now. Like Eckhart Tolle was like, being now. It's like,
but also speaking from letting go of what we need to let go of. It's also about, I don't know about you, but I think less is more.
Oh, definitely. I agree. As I'm in a room, this is our working room of a lot of different things at the moment, because we're right sizing our lives right now, to actually get ready to retire and live in an RV, or live in live in where we're comfortable. We don't have to be surrounded by stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Because stuff doesn't define me.
No. Our possessions doesn't really. It's how we treat others that defines us.
Yeah.
And how we react.
And this is what Krista's discovering right now. I had the privilege to discover over the past year or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it really is surprising how little we can get by with, and how little we really actually need.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Yes.
And it's just, it's been very eye-opening, because I was I don't want to say hoarding, but I liked to have my things, and a lot of things,
Yeah.
All right.
But we spoke about last week. I think it's like going back to basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going back to that, to the basics, where
One thing,
life
though,
was less complicated.
One thing we always have room for: stickers.
I love that. That is so awesome. And we do have more stickers, and I've posted pictures of them. I have these two right here. They're sitting here with me.
I love the Mama Crones design.
This is the Mama Crone design.
It's all rainbowy.
It is. I need to get your addresses, ladies. And then
Yeah.
this is the crystal one I did. And then I have some others, but they aren't right here. They're over there.
Over there.
And so I'm not going to run over there and get them, but I did post pictures. I'll post pictures again of them so you guys can see them, and just message me or put comments in the comments, say stickers, and then I'll message you.
Awesome.
And then we can
All
get,
right,
we
so
can get them.
because Damaris has been asking for music for a few weeks now, I finally gave her music today. And then I was like, well, I can't give Damaris music and not give us music. It just doesn't work. So put in the comments if you think that this music that I picked for Krista really works for Krista.
Let's see.
I'm scared.
It works.
A little bit of funk, a little bit of disco. We're good.
Yeah,
It works.
yeah, I know you two, because you two get to see me dancing to the music. The rest of you, sorry, there are things that happen behind the scenes.
Oh,
It works.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of fun. So no, that was kind of funny. I love it.
Yeah.
So as you
Awesome.
saw, our crystal of the day today is Aquamarine. And I know that Damaris was really funny last week. She's like, you've been picking, or remember, we picked these crystals in December of 2021.
21.
And that was Genevieve, my daughter, who helped me pick them. So, it's kind of interesting because the crystals, as dense as the cosmic energy is coming through, and it's really trying to, I think, for me, my sense is it's trying to really ground us in our space. The crystals that are coming through are high vibes. This one, Aquamarine, is another high vibration one. However, the really cool thing about Aquamarine is it's here to help us use our voice. Now, there are a lot of crystals that will help you use your voice. Now, Aquamarine does a lot of other things as well, but that's the one that really and truly, when I was doing some research and sitting with it, that's really what kept coming through. It's about speaking our truth. So everything that Damaris is saying about Scorpio and Taurus, part of the big thing with both of those signs is they both can be wicked stubborn. I don't know if you know anybody.
They
No,
can.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They very much can.
Yeah. So that energy, and believe it or not, stubbornness, that's just your ego. All right, y'all. There's nothing to be proud about letting your ego drive you. Seriously, say ego, thank you very much. That was very handy. I love the fact that you were, but get the hell off the accelerator.
Ooh, Krista
right.
said the H word.
I did. You drop F-bombs all the time. I just
That's
said
what
hell.
I'm saying. I'm like, oh my God.
Think about it. Scorpio ruled by Pluto is hell.
Well, there you go. Hey,
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah.
I like that space. It's beautiful down there.
All the reds and blacks.
It's all good. I can joke around. For those who are new, we have all these really new people here. I'm a Scorpio, so I that's the reason why I'm joking around about that. But no, seriously. So the Aquamarine is here to help loosen our vocal cords. So Aquamarine is a beautiful, especially if you can get one of those really beautiful clear ones. If you look, it has striations, right? You can see the actual, not the gem quality one. Gem quality is a little bit different, but the ones you can actually see how it grows. And for me, when I see those crystals, I get excited because it works with the part of the body. So our vocal cords run right up and down, right? They don't do horizontal. They do vertical. Yep. And so same with the Aquamarine as it goes up and it grows. So I was getting really excited when it said about speaking your truth. it's not just about speaking your truth. It's about speaking your truth in wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's about turning inside and connecting to that inner wisdom. And a lot of people think that what they have to say isn't important, or that it won't matter, or that somebody is not gonna, want to hear what it is that they say. But the truth of the matter is, what you have to say is important. What you have to say will bring value to somebody. What you have to say, what's in here in your inner wisdom, it needs to be shared, because you know why? You may have a nugget of information that somebody out there is looking to hear,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody needs, that can change their life.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't realize that you have until you start sharing it.
Yeah.
And Aquamarine is here to help us with that. Now, Damaris asked me, as she's like, Krista, with all these high vibration stones, can you help bring in something that will kind of balance it out? Now, I'm going to tell you the stone, and I'll tell you a little bit why. But if on Thursday, I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to upload it, and then you'll see that. And I'll have more information about both the stones. But the little nugget that I'm going to give you for the stone that came out as a balancer is labradorite. And labradorite came up as the balancer for right now because it helps us with our energy. It helps us to protect our energy. It helps us to keep our energy as ours, and other people keep their energy as theirs. In other words, it helps to keep the shiz out of your stuff.
Boundaries, right?
I am not about, it's like, I love sharing, and I am all about being sparkly and helping people feel good. But frankly, I don't need to roll around in your poop.
Yep.
So there you have it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it very, very much.
Very nice.
I got excited, and I'm going to just put out there to everybody today. I've been getting been being drawn to keep going to the Crystal Council website and look at their information. I do a lot of research on different places, but I am going to plug them right now. The Crystal Council. If you have about 10 minutes, go and look at their website and read their story about how they became. Because these two young men are very, it gave me goosebumps from head to toe. They turned a tragedy. They turned a tragedy into something that didn't just help them, but is helping many, many, many other people.
I want to say something. Remember how they asked last week for a prescription, right? So
yes.
Like a recipe, a prescription. Being that you're speaking about speech, and I talked about the right speech too in the Eightfold Path.
Yeah.
And speaking our truth, what recipe perhaps can you give us? Crystal recipe to help us with the right speech. And what I mean by the right speech is where we don't stutter, we say what we have to say, and we're confident in that speech, and we come across as saying what we need to say, in short, but to the point.
So one of the things I did for a year that helped me with that, and it helped me get my voice back, was I wore Larimar for more than a year. Every single day I wore Larimar. It was probably about almost 2 years. I had a pendant I wore, and I had earrings I wore. Because, of course, remember, when you're talking about the throat chakra, it's not just about speaking. It's about also hearing. So sometimes we need to hear more than we need to speak. In other words, we need to shut up and let someone else talk. But yeah, no, it's really important. And honestly, if I were to give a prescription to help with your speech and to help open up, that would be the stone that I would recommend, because it has a very gentle, flowful energy. And it is an energy that, because of the way it flows, And because of the way it moves, it helps to break things free.
Yeah.
Is the best way I can explain it. And you will find that you'll be compelled, almost is the best way.
Yeah.
You won't want to not speak. You'll suddenly want to use your voice. The other thing I would say to do if you're trying to break up, sing. Honestly, that is, if you don't want to, wear jewelry, sing. I don't care if you sing in key. I don't care if you sing off key. I don't care if it's in the shower, if it's around the house, if it's in public, if it's in the woods, sing.
Yeah.
Because what you're going to find is that your voice will start to, it will start to carry on.
Yeah.
Okay,
I heard also on another note, until Gayle gets back, that limes and lemons are good to clear like the throat chakra.
It can be that can be a good one to use. I just make sure you do it with water.
Yeah.
And honey.
Yes.
As I have a little cough. But yeah, no, that can also be a really good way to open up as well, our throat. This is kind of funny. Here it is. Gayle needs to go on her turn, but it's all good.
Yes. I don't know.
Oh, I love this. Hold on.
What?
Allison, I have something that I'm going to share that Allison did.
Okay.
I love it, Allison.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I'm with you on that.
Life's too serious sometimes. We have to learn to play.
Well, and really, we need to cut ourselves some slack and remember that we are here to have a joyful experience.
Yes.
We aren't here to be miserable.
No.
And we have a tendency to get caught up in that energy. And it's a huge shift. It doesn't mean that things won't happen, and it doesn't mean that you're going to have bad days. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have even a bad year or even a bad couple of years or bad thing. That happens. That's part of that experience of being a human. The challenge in it all is how you react.
Yeah. When you're speaking, I'm thinking of people that have really bad life circumstances and they're in a really bad environment. You can think of, let's say, women that are in a domestic violence kind of situation, and so how do they get out of those situations? How do they speak their truth when they can't because they're fearful? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's tough sometimes for some people,
Oh no.
They have to break the cycle somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, and the big thing is it takes courage, and the courage comes within you, and that's the hardest. That's the hardest thing, is saying, okay, I have to trust in my own abilities, and I have to trust that there's somebody out there, especially if it's in really a domestic violence situation. You have to trust that somebody will be there to help you. And the really cool thing and the really amazing thing is that there's so many people, we talk about it now, that people don't. I think that people are less inclined to turn away and more inclined to step in and help.
So, but the thing is also, when we're speaking, and I keep thinking about the eightfold path. When you don't have the right mindfulness, right? When you're not in a good space, how do you go out and find help? Or how, you know what I mean? Sometimes fear cripples people,
And and it is. And truly, there are many things that can cripple people. Fear is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And lacking is another one that cripples people. And it becomes, it's an exercise, and it's a hard thing. It's like changing your exercise routine or adding exercise to your routine. When I worked as a fitness instructor and a personal trainer, I mean, the hardest thing I would say to everybody to do was to get up and put your shoes on.
Yeah.
Then it's to, take that first step. And that's the hardest part of the whole process.
It is.
The doing aspect of it, once you do those 2 hard steps, is actually, it becomes easy. And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, I mean, I get it. Oh, Allison has another great one that she
what
did.
did she say?
She said, and she always has fun to play with crystals, and it's always fun to play with crystals. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I have crystals and I like to play with them. Yes. So yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, I love it reminded me of the Reiki principles.
Yes.
As well. And so, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like going, can I recite them off the top of my head? I just can't. It's just for today. I pull them up and I
will not anger. I will not worry. Yeah. Just for today, I will,
I will be kind. I will do my best. I will treat all living things with kind. I'll treat all living things kindly or with kindness.
With kindness. Yeah. This one is more intense, if you will, because
it is. Well, I mean, it's a actual, it's a different philosophy, but yeah, it's really good. Oh, and give thanks. Yes, that's right. Yeah. And give thanks. Not sure if I
gratitude.
Or if I shared or not. Okay. Meg, I'm not sure what you were trying to share. I'd love to know what you were sharing. I got this. Oh, there she is.
Hello. I'm so glad you guys were able to keep going. My hotspot phone decided that, we're done. I have no more juice without a warning. So hello, Mercury retrograde. Your pre-shadow is already showing up.
Yeah, pre-shadow.
Well, and also solar flares, by the way, everybody. I got a huge blast of that information first thing this morning. So yeah, it's like, oh great. Hopefully we'll be able to. I was like, oh please don't let solar flares affect the show tonight.
I know.
Right.
All right, Gayle.
Awesome, you're up, babe.
Awesome. So Krista, did you have a chance to say anything about Patreon?
Actually, no, I didn't. We were talking about the Buddha, the 8 principles from Buddha. So here we go. Patreon, everybody. We have a list over there. You have 2. I'm like, my brain, Patreon. We now have our own page over there on Patreon, and there are 2 ways that you can support us. We have 2 levels. The basic level is a $4 a month commitment, and that is citrine, and you get to see your name in lights like that, and you get thanks from us, and we upload all kinds of goodies. Damaris definitely adds a little bit of an extra to that side of the house. And then on the second level is Amethyst, and that's $15 a month, and you of course get your name in lights, and then you get to spend a little bit of extra time with us. Because we do an additional video meeting with you guys twice a month it's called Moon and Woo, and it's the Monday before the full moon and the Monday before the new moon, and that's when we get to answer questions that you have. We talk about the upcoming moon and ways that you can work with that energy. And, you get to kibitz with us. Maybe I'll dance. You never know. You never know what will inspire me.
You can count on the fact that Krista will dance.
Yes.
Okay? There's you never know. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Stuff. So I like to dance.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. All righty. So let's see what we're going to talk. So what do you think? Does my music fit me or what?
Oh yeah.
One of these days you're going to see me like roll up on my Harley or something. I don't know. My mother will roll over in her grave. All righty. So here we go, talking about, really what it takes the to have the trust to let things go. I can't even read this anymore. The what was my topic? Who knows? So essentially having the chutzpah, right? The having what it takes to actually be brutally honest with yourself, brutally honest with the people around you in your life, right? That you can, and I want to qualify that, okay? Honesty without compassion is just brutality, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Don't go there, right? But you have to also be willing, right, to butcher the pig to enjoy the bacon, if that makes sense, okay? You got to be willing to take it out and look at it and let it sit there for a while and salt it and smoke it so that it becomes something that actually benefits you in your life. All right. So when we're talking about, like the energy of the 8 and the energy of the Aquamarine, right? Using our voice, using our right attitudes, right mindset, right words, all of that coming together and speaking with our truth, right? And listening for truth from others that may also fit for you, right? There's a whole process about all of this that needs to be in order for it to pay off the way that we want it to pay off. All right? Because it takes some courage. It really does. It takes some courage to look yourself in the face and go, I've been choosing this shit over and over and over again. Why would I do that? And then who cares why we would do that? Just stop doing it. How do we stop doing it? How do we choose something else? Right? How do we move
funny.
on?
You just described Scorpio's past life.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, if you need support in, being able to have a safe space to say some of those scary things out loud, you can always reach out to any one of us 3 Crones.
Definitely.
And work through stuff. We do private office hours. We have time that we see clients, that we offer coaching and consulting and draw upon our own skills and talents in order to find that right vocation with you that's going to light you up, that's going to allow you to be who you were created to be, right? And sometimes that comes with some understanding. Like, I didn't get this for the longest time, that I thought that I was supposed to be able to make a living out of doing what I love, right? That's what they tell you.
Yes.
Well, for some people, right, you make a living in order for you to do what you love.
Yes.
Right. And we don't understand that all the time. And it was hard for me to get to that place, because it's like I felt like a failure because I wasn't making a living doing what I love. Right. But then at the same time, whenever I would start getting paid for doing what I loved, then it felt like an obligation and it wasn't what I loved anymore. So I had to take a step back for myself and go, okay, so I'm doing this over here to fund doing what I love. And I can be okay with that. And you can too, if that's the situation that you find yourself in, right? Not all of us are the Barry Manilow of the world, where it's just like, if I wasn't making music, I'd be the manager of a record store. I'm that into music. And he's made a good life for himself out of just making music. Yeah. Right? Some of us got to go and work at a breakfast joint to be able to pay the internet bill to do podcasts. Okay?
There you go.
And
I bet you're awesome at it.
I fucking am, man. I'm telling you.
I
am really good. I'm like,
I want to go and get, sir. I'm like, I need to go get breakfast.
When you
Yes.
get back over to this side, you better come get breakfast.
Oh, girl,
We'll get to
I
RV
will.
and we'll go over to Dale.
It
Yes.
will, and
Yes.
and we will make you go, oh, you're here, and we'll go,
That will be, oh my gosh, I live for that day. That will be awesome. That will be awesome. All right, so quickly, let's talk a little bit about the card of the day today, because as always, it falls in line beautifully. And we're talking about the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. So essentially, keep this in mind. You have everything you need. Everything. And plenty of it, right? So no matter what it is that you intend to do, no matter what it is that you intend to speak your truth about, no matter what it is that might be on your plate because of what the Scorpio and Taurus and the nodes are doing, realizing what's going on in this life because of a past life or not, and that type of thing. No matter where you're going with it, you have everything you need in the material world and more, right? So you also have the freedom to get rid of some of that extra things that you have in the material world that you don't necessarily need so much anymore, you know? If it's very special to your heart, take a picture of it and pass it along to the next person who can love it. Okay? It's difficult to let go of things, but you know what? After you do, you notice that you feel lighter, right?
Liberated.
And yeah, you're liberated, and you don't necessarily need it as much as you thought you did.
Yeah.
You know? And if it's something that you actually do need in the future, not just, oh, I wish I had that, but you need, a new version of it will appear for you.
Yes.
Yep.
It will. Either somebody will loan you it, or you'll go buy another one, or whatever the case may be. You have more than you need. So rest easy in that, knowing that all of your needs are met, all of your needs are taken care of, and you may go forward to just be authentically you and be a treasure to the planet.
Yes.
Speaking of treasures, this week's winner of our 3 Crones and the Woo Woo weekly giveaway has been quite the treasure to us all the way along. I want to say congratulations to Adam Duvall.
Yay.
Wow, Adam!
Yes.
Congratulations!
I am so excited that Adam finally came up in the winner's box. That's freaking awesome.
Very good.
Congratulations,
Excellent,
Adam.
Congrats.
He reads, or he watches us pretty consistently.
Yep.
And we're very, very grateful for Adam's support. So Adam probably already knows this, but for any of you new people that are watching now, this is what you do. You like, comment, and share this broadcast. So you can give us a heart, put hashtag shared. There's your comment, and share it out. That's all you got to do. And you will be entered into the drawing for a 30-minute reading given by one of us 3 Crones, and you get to choose which crone it is. If it is myself, Gayle Nicholson, I will be giving an intuitive tarot reading. And if it is Krista, she does crystal readings, and Damaris does numerology readings. So all you got to do is reach out to whichever one of us that you would like your reading from, and we'll get you right on our schedule so to deliver it to you. And while we're saying that, this Saturday, for all of my Vermont people or Massachusetts, Connecticut, or New York people that are willing to make the drive, Bennington on Labor Day weekend turns into Garlic Town. We have a huge garlic festival, and I have been asked to read tarot from noon to 4 at Paula's Rock Shop. So come on into town and sign up for an in-person reading and hug with me.
He's like,
and I can't wait to see how many of you will be able to make the trip. And if you can't, be with us in spirit, have some extra garlic knots or something this weekend, and enjoy every little bit of kissing vampires until they faint.
I'll be avoiding the garlic, but you know what? Enjoy.
Awesome stuff. Well, and thank you everyone, please, for joining us this week. We really have been so blessed by your presence, your
Yes.
support, and everything. Queechy, yes, you're going to be in Queechy, aren't you? Sue,
Yes,
Sue's
she
going to be
is.
in Queechy this week. Awesome,
Yep.
awesome stuff. All right, my dears. So we love you very, very much. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye.